Hello everybody, I'm back with McCoy's Daily Weather. Yes, that is a train. We have a big storm in the Great Plains today, and if you go up north. So let's talk about our big storm for today. We do have a couple severe thunderstorm warnings. This storm does have one wall cloud. That's the only thing I'm looking at for tornadic activity. But otherwise, I'd say the storm is pretty calm. I'll try to keep track with it throughout the day because I have enough time. But with this wall cloud around Rushford and Spring Grove, I don't see any rotation right now. There's a little bit of hail inside of it. But if you are inside this severe thunderstorm warning until 10 a.m., it currently does have a lot of hail. This is radar indicated, so I don't know if this is correct, but on the radar I see a hail patch, okay? But then there's another special weather statement for 55-mile-an-hour winds. I wouldn't say that's enough to knock down some trees, but it's enough to knock your trash cans over. We have one of those discussion things where we have a watch probability of 40%, but if there was to be a tornado, the highest it would be is most likely EF1 because there is not a lot of rotation. If there is any, it's broad. Then if we come over to Lake Michigan, if you are close to Sheboygan and Elkhart Lake, there is a severe thunderstorm warning for 50-mile-an-hour winds that expires in 31 minutes. This is no rotation. This is not even a wall cloud. But up here near Sturgeon Bay, there's another severe thunderstorm warning. None of these severe thunderstorm warnings are labeled tornado possible. This storm is currently heading east. There's a lot of lightning over the lake, so if there's a probability that you guys would go out on the lake after this storm, do not, because you do not know what's coming up behind it. There's like an hour break, then there will be a lot more across Lake Michigan. But we have another discussion over here, which there is a severe thunderstorm watch. Tornado EF2 plus is at 5%. Tornado EF2 below is at 20%. But these storms are currently growing to the east of, and in the next couple hours they will cross the U.S.-Canadian border. They are not super powerful right now, so I wouldn't expect there to be any damage. It's just light rain. There is like one or two red patches, but I'd say that's good. So down here in the Great Plains, we're looking at just a little bit of lightning. And we have some light rain that's most likely not going to do anything. There will be some 40-mile-an-hour winds. It's heading to the east. So if those 40-mile-an-hour winds happen to do something, that could get at some stuff on your roof, maybe even knock down a few tree limbs. But let's move on to the heat today. Well, I'll come to the storms in the Gulf later, but so the heat today, it's about the same as yesterday, but in New York, this might be the first 100-degree day since 1958, okay? This would be historic for the city of New York, but this is life-threatening, okay? If you are throughout the whole east, from Arkansas to the coast, you are under a heat advisory or extreme heat warning. This is life-threatening. Like, if you have... Paris has already reached 1,000 deaths for or their heat, which is crazy. I don't know if they don't have air conditioning over there. I don't know, but this is life-threatening. Just keep drinking water. You should be okay. And then if we move on to the Great Plains, Chicago, it's not going to be as hot as on July 4th as you think. So during the holidays, I think it's okay to go to the beach if you are somewhere near Chicago. And then in the Great Plains, there is gonna be a lot of heat, but the fires in Colorado right now, in Utah, they are currently heading to the east. I'm pretty sure they've crossed into Oklahoma now, but if you are in areas like Amarillo in Texas, just be on the lookout for those fires, because they are spreading pretty quickly. So, if you are on the West Coast, you guys might start to be a little bit of rain in product this afternoon, because of that warm, wet air being sucked up by the sun, and that might start to drop a little bit of hail even. And then we have flood warnings in Texas for Fort Stockton. And these two flood warnings are not flash flood. Well, maybe one is. Maybe two is. But anyway, these flash flood warnings are not as life-threatening as we did a year ago, okay? But these storms you just need to stay inside. And these storms are moving pretty fast to the northeast, so if you live in Dallas, these would be coming towards you right now, but these might shift directions later in the day. I'll try to keep track of that. But then in Florida, these storms from the Gulf are heading towards you. In the next couple of hours, these will hit landfall. These are not hurricanes. They might become tropical cyclones in the next couple days. But then they would be past Florida, and they'd be in the Atlantic Ocean. But these storms are producing some lightning and a little bit of hail, so just be on the lookout. Tampa Bay will get hit first, and then I'll move on to Orlando. Miami should be okay for the rest of the day, maybe a little bit of sprinkle, but then there is a severe thunderstorm warning heading into the northeast. I wouldn't say you need to be scared of that. That should be okay. And then I think that's it, except for there are huge winds coming in on the coast. If you live in areas like Corpus Christi or Houston or Galveston, there are a lot of winds coming in from the Gulf, so be on the lookout for those. That could knock over a few stuff, maybe down some tree limbs. But then I'd say for the rest of the day, if you live in areas of the country, like if you live in the southeast, you should be okay. It should be clear skies for the rest of the day. And areas like Chicago is not even going to get this rain from this huge storm in Wisconsin and the Great Plains. So that should be good for the rest of the day. And I might post another video today. I don't know. Definitely a short, but I'm going to try to keep track of this storm as it's moving to the east, and that should be good. So that's all really for today. I mean, except for the heat. Just drink a lot of water. Like the storms aren't anything to be afraid of. They are not life-threatening. The heat is the only thing that could be life-threatening until July 4th, like the holidays and all that stuff. So I think that should be good for today, but if there's anything new that pops up, I'll keep posting about that, and then I'll try to keep track of it for the rest of the day. And then all the other stuff, like my daily videos, will be tomorrow, and I'm not I might miss one day this week for the next 5 days, but I'll try. Everything tornadic I'll post about, all the heat. But I think that should be it for today.